welcome to Build Brunch, the daily morning show where we talk about the latest topics in pop culture. I'm Brittany Jones-Cooper.
I'm Baby. I'm Allie Colbert.
I'm Lucas Tim. Hi, everyone.
Hey guys, today we're going to talk about Riverdale star Lily Reinhart's scary rideshare experience, Liam Payne's One Direction confessions, and appropriate etiquette when it comes to concerts and more. Plus, internet sensation Stephen Cher joins the table, but first...
Guys, in honor of National Rosé Day this Saturday, we have some Bodvar House of Rosés here on the table, a luxury brand that was founded to collect the best line of rosé wines and distribute them to people around the world.
Around the world!
My favorite part of this is that every bottle has its own unique design.
Yeah,
How
just
cool
like
is
a
that?
human body.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're all unique.
But it makes
So
it fun.
cool.
And
What are you going to cheers to?
I don't know.
Cheers to
rosé.
Rosé, but
rosé.
cheers to
Rosé.
Bodvar Hofstrom, the founder
Yes,
of
thank
this
you.
brand and also of National Rosé Day. He
Yes,
made it.
absolutely. And you guys, actually on June 8th, the winery is hosting an official Rosé Day, which you can go to in Marina Del Rey.
Oh, I love that.
So let's
Ooh, Marina
celebrate.
Del
Why
Rey.
is rosé so good?
It's the best. You know why? I thought about this a lot. It's
I love
just such a fun drunk, and you feel
Yes.
so good drinking it, and then you get drunk and you're like, I'm happy.
Yes. Some of my favorite days in New York are going to Felix, which is down in Soho, and you just kind of drink rosé all day, and they have those huge Magnum bottles, so you
Right.
can like really act up if you want to. And they play like this house music, and you just like drink, and it's like such a good drunk.
It's just the best. Barbecue, just you dump that rosé bottle. You just dump it in. Doesn't matter if you're drinking in a nice wine glass or a plastic cup. Rosé is
Or
good.
straight out the bottle.
Or straight out the bottle. Do we have a problem?
Yeah.
Probably, Lucas, probably. Cheers,
Cheers.
to that.
I love it. After every first course, we always find out you two have a problem.
I know. This weekend we went to the polo match, whatever.
Buckley Polo Classic.
Brittany and I got way too excited. We're like, we're getting more champagne. We're like, yeah. And then we look at each other like, oh.
Yeah, I literally looked at him, I'm like, should we get another bottle? And he's like,
Yes, always.
Yeah. I've never seen you guys happier. I'm so happy for you.
oh yeah, we were really in our element for sure. It was fun.
In other news, Forbes has released a list of America's richest self-made women of 2019, and it features an array of different businesswomen, entrepreneurs, and celebrities. Money.
Money, money, money.
Money, 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 money.
I want to start by saying they obviously have the celebrities up there because that's who gets attention, but there were some really impressive women on this list, like in the top 10. None of them are like celebrities other than Oprah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the majority of the women on the list,
Yeah.
I didn't know their names.
Which I think is important to note because it's like these
Yeah.
women have really like pulled themselves up and
And to
stuff.
shout out to Diane Hendricks, who's number
Yes.
one,
Yeah.
$7 billion for her roofing company.
This is what
So
I'm
way
saying.
to go, girl. You
Wow.
make those roofs. We need roofs to live.
Make those
Yeah,
moves.
That
it's like
makes the
those
house.
things.
Without a roof, you don't have a house.
Don't have a house.
You go, Diane Hendricks.
That's so
She
crazy. You just
saw
never
a
think
need.
about that
She
stuff.
saw a need. Everybody needs a
Yeah.
roof.
Also, number 3 was the lady who owns Little Caesars Pizza.
Yeah.
We need pizza. You can't have a house without pizza.
You need
Science.
a pizza roof.
And I'm surprised by I'm sorry I don't know her name, but the woman
Pizza
who
Hut.
said her husband couldn't find any jeans that fit him, so she made
Gap!
Gap. And since it's Pride Month, I just want to say I really thought Gap stood for gay and proud. And I think they should still stand for that.
I also want to point out that Meg Whitman is number 2 on the list, and I love hers because the rest of the women in their stories, they had husbands who were part of their journey, and Meg Whitman did it alone, guys.
Yeah,
And Oprah did it
Yeah.
Well, speaking of someone who did it completely alone, Kylie Jenner.
Oh my
just
God.
without any help from anyone, made
listen,
$1 billion.
People give Kylie Jenner a lot of flack, but I just want to say one thing. The fact that she was able to turn however many million they had, like 200 million, 300 million, into $1 billion,
Yes.
that's still a feat.
Of
Whether or
course.
not,
Yeah.
whether or not we want to debate the minutia of self-made, okay. But everyone's saying she didn't do anything. That's not true. And also, I
Agree.
think a lot of us are born with different privileges. She obviously has more than the rest of us, and she has that access. But she's done something.
That's
Has
true.
She's got that.
Agreed.
access.
Respect her, okay? Shut your mouth. No complaints. Number 48, Judge Judy. You can take for Judge Judy.
Yeah. And Also, we should now to talk about the celebrities because Judge Judy, you know, someone who now has become technically, according to Forbes, the richest female singer in the world is Rihanna.
Yeah, girl.
Not because of her music, but because of Fenty, her company.
Yes.
They estimate her net worth at $600 million.
Oh, yeah, she's about to be a
And
billionaire.
with Madonna close behind, I'm sure Madonna is not happy about being surpassed. But you know, Rihanna, Fenty's hugely successful. I get it.
I love how people are sweating Rihanna for new music. They're like, we need new music. And she's like, guys, I'm running business.
Yeah.
I'm making so much money. Like, you're good. You can like live off my old records. I'm
Right.
doing some real shit right now, which I love when you see her on
But
this list.
also
You like,
that-
you understand
but-
it.
From Palm Day Replay.
Yeah. But she's so much bigger than music
But that's
now.
it. But Rihanna, unlike Beyonce and Madonna, who write or have credits on all their music, Rihanna's wealth will not come from her music when she ages and gets older. This is smart for her because she owns this company. This is
Yeah.
where she'll make bulk of her money. She doesn't write her own music like Madonna and Beyonce do. So look what she's doing. She's $600 million. Good for you, Rihanna.
I also love that Reese Witherspoon is on this list because she's very much following the Oprah model. You know, they did Wrinkle in Time together, and I think she really like subscribes to the religion of Oprah, which I do as well. And so she has her own production company. She has podcasts. She has a book club. I mean, Reese Witherspoon is doing so much behind the scenes now. And then obviously she's still starring in Big Little Lies, which she also produces.
Yeah.
Very
She's
cool.
that Oprah, white Oprah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she really is like making moves in her 40s that like I think is kind of unprecedented for a lot of actresses.
Yeah, and then Serena Williams is the first athlete ever on this list with a net worth of estimated $225 million. She's number 80. She's rounds out, she ends the list, but good for her. I mean,
Yeah.
incredible. Not surprised.
Yeah. On top of being just the most decorated athlete
Ever.
Ever.
The best athlete
Yeah.
ever.
She's such
probably.
a cheater.
I know, right? Oh, they piss me off.
Oh, it's a joke.
They piss me off when they say that.
Yeah, I don't want to be a party pooper, but like, should we have billionaires? I don't know if we should.
I don't think we should.
I don't
When I
think
was
we
looking at
should.
this list, even when someone was like only worth like $470 million, I was like, too much. Too much
It's like-
money.
Like, what are you gonna do with that?
Yeah.
Tax them a little bit more. You know what we could pay for?
Well,
Healthcare, education.
yeah.
all
No,
that good
I
stuff.
think you'd feel differently if you actually made some money
Right.
on your own.
If I was
we're
a
just a
billionaire, I
bunch of
probably
broke.
would have.
Hustle.
I promise when I'm a multi-millionaire, I'm gonna give you guys so much money. Like, find me. Keep track, okay? Follow
Yeah.
me on Twitter now so you can keep track of my journey and then be like, bitch, you fucking own me
I
and
heard
I'll pay
what
up.
Susan Miller had to say about you.
Right.
And you're not the one who's going to be
That's
making
true. I was
That's
like,
not true. Actually, you're promised lots of money, but she said no matter if I make a plan and I want money, I'll get money.
Yeah.
So shut the
Bam.
fuck up.
And
Damn.
actually,
Shut up, egg girl. Fuck you, okay?
I got your back. I got
Thank
your
you.
back.
Thank you.
I got
Hold
your
me back. I'm gonna smash all the bottles.
Oh,
and
man.
of the four of us, Shannon would be the most generous billionaire, probably.
for
I am.
sure.
We used the love is love pillow to hurt you.
Love is love. The only reason you're
That's
gonna
his
make more
family.
money is because you won't share any.
Right, yeah.
And I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be rich in love, baby.
Right, which is what I think it should happen if you're a billionaire. I'm okay with having billionaires if they are socially conscious, right?
Yeah.
So with the Jeff Bezos' wife, she obviously just got all this money and she's like, I'm gonna give most of it away. I think that's beautiful. Warren Buffett,
Yeah.
Bill
Yeah.
Gates, people who are giving back, I'm okay with.
And many of the women on this list are actually very charitable people,
Exactly.
showing that women are just better.
Except for the Little Caesars lady, she said that she actually had to keep her dead husband from trying to give away like free pizzas all the time. I was like, maybe I'm not a fan.
Right.
Like,
If you eat
Although it's Little Caesars.
Caesars, you're trash.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Little Caesars, there's
yeah,
like
have you
glass
not
in that
had
food.
their?
Yeah.
Wait, I love glass. Like honestly, like seriously, like people talk so much shit about shards of glass, but like you swallow it and it's a good ass time. You're like, am I gonna die or not? You want some excitement? Swallow some fucking
Yeah.
glass.
That
bitch.
internal bleeding is really
Seriously.
exciting.
Yeah.
You don't know which way it's gonna go.
It's cheaper than drugs.
And also interesting how the body heals itself.
yeah,
You're like,
I
that's,
know.
your
I
body needs to
love
learn how to
see
do
how
that.
resilient the human body is.
Yes.
but passing the glass
Isn't
is a whole
Little
different
Caesars
story.
the pizza buffet?
No, that's
No.
CC's. I know my pizza.
Yeah.
Little Caesars is trash pizza, but it's not that low.
Yeah, Little
Yeah.
Caesars is pretty bad.
They have that pretzel pizza that has like a nacho cheese on it.
Excuse me,
my
that's
God, I love
authentic
it.
Sicilian
You know what I love?
cuisine.
Yeah.
Pizza Hut.
Moving on, former One Direction member Liam Payne is reflecting on tougher times in a new interview with Men's Health Australia. The singer opens up about his boy band fame, alcohol abuse, and how it was lonely at the top, revealing, I mean, it was fun. We had an absolute blast, but there were certain parts of it where it just got a little bit toxic. Oh.
Yeah, it's like a slice of Little Caesars pizza. $5 to cut you.
We're
Don't get a little
definitely not
glass in
getting
it.
sponsored by
Yeah,
Little
oh my
Caesars.
God, I'm so hurt that you're just gonna talk bad about any type of pizza.
Well, I'm not surprised by this.
No, not
Yeah,
at all.
not at all. Like, I feel, it's like, obviously, like, I was a big One Direction fan, and, like, you could see the boys deteriorating, like, over time. And I think, like, you always, like, when you think you have a dream, you think it's gonna be so great. But these kids, like, they were, like, what, like 15, 14 when they got launched out of their regular people lives and got thrown into stadiums, and no one really had their backs. Like, it was just kind of like, using them like just like workhorses, like go, like do all these shows,
Where were
do
their
all these
parents?
interviews. Where were their parents?
Living off the money.
Yeah, where were their parents?
But
Yeah.
that interesting thing he says in the interview, which I liked, was the Disney costume. That they would go on stage, have to put on the Disney costume, but underneath he'd be in so much pain or so angry. And that's something that I think with these boy bands, girl groups that are with less control over their own careers and are very filtered through whatever the record label wants them to be, they have to pretend a lot. While probably a singer, definitely Beyonce now, Lady Gaga, Madonna, Rihanna probably, are just more like they can be way more honest of how they are feeling and just get away with it. They're more themselves, unlike a band like this when they just have to be like, cutouts of a perfect boy band.
Why do they have to act like that? Why can't they just be a real boy band?
Branding. Why can't they be a real boy?
Why can't they be a real boy?
A bunch of
Their
Pinocchios.
contracts like control everything. Like, they can't date, they can't like be open about their sexuality. They can't like
dress a
do
certain
anything.
way.
Yeah, like 100%. Like Zayn had to be like the bad guy, and they're like, yeah, we like you edgy. And like at the end, like I saw a concert like right before they broke up, and Zayn was like so out of it. Like it was actually like such a bummer because whenever they like did a close up on him, like he looked like he was about to cry. Like you could tell he was struggling and like didn't fit in and just hated it.
Yeah, I think the quickness to fame also matters. They did X Factor, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that immediately put them on this huge platform. They had this huge fan base. So there was like no steady incline to their fame. It was like instant.
Yeah, it's so different than like, let's say like NSYNC or Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
These were bands that like had time to rehearse together. They knew what the goal was. And
They knew each other too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In this situation, you just get thrown in with these strangers. You don't know about chemistry. You don't know their background. You're meeting each other, and then all of a sudden you're in like the thick of it. You're literally like these huge stars, so you don't really have time to catch up. You don't have time to process this. And also, it's like this would like be a lot for us as adults. Imagine being like teenagers where your brain is still forming, you're going through all these emotions, and you have to deal with like having that much power. Also having people sexualize you. Like one of the weirdest things is that like they were all very like even Liam, even though he was so sexualized as a teenager, and I think it's so freaky that like he married and had a child with one of the judges that he met on X Factor when he was just like 15. Yeah.
Wait, how old was he when he got married, though?
Well, he
got
was
married.
like legal, but I just still think it's like such a weird space to be in, and I'm not like claiming like something happened. But it is just, I feel like we don't protect these kids when they go out into the business world.
Yeah, there's
like that.
definitely a weird psychology there that's like undeniable if you then like marry one of the judges from the show. Like that stuff is so deeply embedded in like your psyche.
It's just like a little bit weird.
And also the X Factor casts them together, right?
Well,
they don't
not
fly as a group.
Not necessarily, but yes, they
They were all individual performers.
And
And then Simon Cowell, I think, was like, you guys would be a good group together. And he made One Direction.
And he was right. I mean, he
was right,
wasn't wrong, but it just sucks that those contracts don't really take care of them, and they never have time to take breaks and like focus on mental health because you don't know like how much time a boy band has, so you're just like pushing it through.
Yeah, I mean, well, look at Britney Spears. She's busy doing fashion shows in her house. She doesn't leave her house.
Those videos are rough.
I love them. She's like,
Those
you're like,
videos
oh,
are
no.
so. Have you
She's
seen her
walking,
dancing to
she's
Billie
like-
Eilish?
I mean, it's
You
tough,
know.
but that's someone who was taken advantage of, who was launched at 16 years old, overly sexualized, was made into a global biggest pop star on the planet, had no control over her career, and then cracked.
We broke her.
We broke her.
She was our Barbie doll, and we broke her.
We did it to
Yeah,
Lindsay,
I mean,
too.
So
It's really hard, but you know, happy stories do exist, and I just want to shout out Chasing Happiness is on Amazon Prime right now. It's streaming. It's the Jonas Brothers documentary. They get to share their truth about what they went through as pop stars, as a rock group, and it's so authentic and so great to hear them come back together and be able to like speak honestly about their experience, about how they had to deal with feeling like they had to put on a happy face, and now they can be real, they can be honest with each other. It's so good.
But do you think they made it because it seems like their family unit was really strong? Their parents were like never far away, right? Like it kind of seems like, and then they had that kind of religious base
Those purity
to
rings.
guide them through this.
Yeah,
So
but
I think those things are factors.
But they actually like stop talking, and they're a family. So imagine like what a band goes through where they have no like connection really, and they're like, I don't need to like keep you in my life. Like, of course they're not gonna want to be friends at the end of this like, you know, amazing but also horrible experience.
Right.
Like, if it can tear the Jonas Brothers apart, it could tear anyone apart.
But now they're back together.
Now
So.
they're back
Yeah,
together.
better than ever. Oh my God, life is so good, guys.
be
I
the
can't
fruit.
believe I'm alive. Like, I can't believe the Jonas Brothers exist and they're together and that, like, chasing happiness. Stream it now.
I'm gonna clap and share that.
They're so good. They're so good.
People are taking to Twitter to share their frustration with concert etiquette. From tall people blocking the view to filming above your head, there's plenty for concert goers to get angry about. So let's lay it out on the table. Yeah, so let's lay it out, guys. Let's lay it out. I hate it when, for instance, I was at, what's the last concert? Well, I was at a Beyonce concert. And I just took a video and I was like, look at all the iPhones. Just the
Yeah.
iPhones in front of me. You can't even look at Beyonce. And guess what? Those videos aren't that good.
No.
So, I mean, I don't want to be like old grandpa here, but live in the moment a little bit more.
But I feel like sometimes the iPhone is like the new lighter. Like
But that's different.
And sometimes they're like, put your iPhone.
But when-
Yeah.
But that's nice when they do that, when they say like turn on your camera light and you
But-
do that. But like literally, I went to a Lizzo concert, I stood behind an idiot who was filming it the entire time. Like, I am a very patient and understanding person. I'm not here to judge you. If you want to take a couple videos, that's cool. But like literally the whole time, like,
Yeah.
and I'm looking at the video and it's blurry and they're out of focus.
Super
And I'm
small.
like, listen, Lizzo, if Lizzo saw that video, she would hate you.
Right.
Like, stop this. You're not gonna post that anywhere.
I do think you have to have a time limit.
Yeah.
It's like a 15-second video, something you could share on your Insta stories is probably the max I think you should be
Yes.
recording.
Well, if you can hold it close to you and not distract people, you spent $500 on the ticket.
Okay.
Do what you want.
Yeah, but like nobody is doing
Not up
this.
here.
Yeah.
People, the reason we're talking about this is because people are out there blatantly disrespecting other space, and they're like,
Yeah. And it's-
because I get it, it's a better shot, asshole.
Right, but it's bad if you then have to watch the concert through
Through-
someone's iPhone.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, I'm looking up through the screen, so I'm just looking at the person right there. But I get though, like, I had a friend who was at Ariana Grande concert, and Ariana was like right next to him. So like, you're trying to film Ariana
Yeah.
right there, and you're also trying to like enjoy Ariana, and like, I think
You're
that's
torn between the
you're torn-
moment
and I
now
think
and the moment.
honestly, the moment, because someone's
gotta
gonna
be in the
capture
moment.
it. Someone's gonna when my uncle was at a Madonna concert, Madonna came over and talked to him, whatever. Someone captured it because it was an intimate moment and they got it on video, whatever. I think you have to have faith that just if the pop star is right in front of you talking to you, you just have to like be there with them because
Yeah.
that's more memorable because they're gonna remember, oh, that kid shoved an iPhone in my face.
I'm curious what you guys think about, because I've gone to 2 concerts recently and like I've had seats, but then you end up standing the whole time. And what is your
I
what is
have a
your
problem
feeling
with
of
that.
Yeah.
I really do have a problem with that, especially when some people, it's like most people are sitting and then just a
Right.
couple people stand. You ruin it for the whole section because then people behind you have to stand, everyone has to stand. If there's seats, you sit, unless
but-
everyone decides to stand.
But so this first one I went to, it was Erykah Badu, and like the seats were on the floor, so there were people in front of me standing up. So I felt like I had to stand because I really care about Erykah and I wanted to see. So maybe like 30% of the people were standing.
Depends on the show. I'm sorry, Barbara Streisand, Mariah, love them. You are sitting down.
Oh yeah, you're gonna sit.
You're gonna watch them sing when Mimi goes, ah! Madonna, Beyonce, you are standing up.
No matter what.
Madonna would yell at people, like, get out of your seats. I'm dancing while you standing. Like, because like you're there, you're in the moment, you're dancing up with them.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it depends on the show.
yeah, it depends on the show.
It's a vibe. That's fair.
Yeah, I'd rather look at a butt than a phone.
True.
Like, seriously, I'd rather watch a show, a beautiful concert through someone's beehole than watch it through a fucking iPhone screen. Like, I'm so done with the iPhones. Like, I honestly, like, hate technology these days. Get these fucking cameras off me. Get them off me. Unmic me right now.
Blur her face.
Yeah.
But that's why at a lot of comedy shows, they are locking up your phones now. Like when I went to
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle, they put your phones in those little pouches and they seal them and then they unseal it at the end. And I sort of like
Yeah,
that because
but
it
that's
forced.
not for that reason. That's mainly because
Understood.
people are constantly filming your set and your set is not finished. People are working on their set every night. When Beyonce gets on stage, her song isn't a work in progress.
Totally, and I get that aspect, and I think that's really important because a lot of jokes are taken out of context. But the bigger effect it has, like at Dave Chappelle, because it was also a musical show, is that you could actually be in the moment and enjoy it, and you weren't looking at it was such a special experience. I was like, I want to go to more shows like this where I'm forced to lock my phone up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well-
I went to the Childish Gambino concert, and that was like the first show I went to that they did that, and it was very visual, and I felt like people were more in the moment, so I did appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's live in the moment, you guys. And now it's time for today's guest. Steven Scherer is one of the fastest growing social media personalities with a loyal fan base of over 6 million YouTube subscribers. He's a leader in providing family-friendly content with a positive message of staying awesome and sharing the love. Take a look.
So far I'm doing pretty good. I am 3 for 3. Grace has 1 point. Woo. Before I go for the ultimate Apple Store, I'm gonna go for Target so I can get some new toys. Let's load up.
Uh-oh, Sharers. If Steven goes to Target, he'll buy out the whole store of Nerf blasters. Oh boy.
That's right, Grace, I sure will. Let's load this Nerf blaster up and let's hit the target. Here we go. Locked and loaded, firing in 3, 2, 1.
Everyone, please give a warm Bill Brunch welcome to Steven Scherer.
Oh yeah. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
We're so
of
excited to
course.
have you. So you have over 6 million subscribers. Like, what is that like when you put a video out and you know that many people are watching it?
It's crazy. I actually don't put it into perspective how many people are actually watching it because it's on a screen. But if you actually put that into like real life perspective, that's a lot of people.
It is a lot of people. And what is the process of coming up with your videos and how you make them, and, having ideas for them?
People always ask me how I come up with ideas. I don't know. It's like the way I put it, when you're sitting in school, did you ever do that thing where you had a pencil and a ruler and you put the ruler on top of a pencil and you spun it around like a helicopter?
Yes.
It's kind of like that same idea. I'm guessing you might not have that idea, but something similar to that. I always used to do that, like, oh, here's a helicopter. So it's like the same kind of idea, and I just like make it into a video.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna start doing that when I go home. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And you have an important message behind all of your videos, okay? And that is sharing the love and staying awesome.
Sharing the love.
Tell me why that's important to you, because I see so many funny videos out there, but to have that positive, family-friendly message behind it makes it, all the more special.
Yeah, of course. Sharing the love is just a way to spread positivity around. There's so much negativity in this world, so I said, if I'm gonna make videos, I want them to be a happy place for people to go to watch and enjoy. They can be silly, they can be funny, they can be family-friendly activities, all combined into one thing, and that's the share the love message.
Absolutely.
You also partner with such incredible, huge brands, such as like Legos, Hot Wheels, Nickelodeon. What's like partnering with these iconic brands we've known our entire lives?
No, that's honestly incredible.
Yeah.
When I got into this, I started just about 2 years ago. I had no idea what would come with it. I just said I want to make videos and I want to kind of make it in this space. How can I do it? So I took an approach, tried some techniques, and within like 6 months, I was working with huge brands. I was like, this is amazing. I never thought this would happen. I didn't even know it was possible, honestly, because this space is so new. And before I knew it, just like all these brands started hitting me up. And I was like, this is incredible. It's
awesome.
a great opportunity, yeah.
And you mentioned before, what I really like about you is that you give a lot back. One of the things you were a coach for the Special Olympics, which I think is awesome. How'd you get involved and why did you want to do that?
Growing up, I was a swim coach. And during the winter season, when I started in high school, they had a great program in our high school. It was called Best Buddies. And these kids all have something special to offer, but not all these opportunities allow them to participate in certain activities. And so we put together a Special Olympics swim team for them. And that's kind of just how it started. And that's something that I did in the wintertime. And it was great because all these, everyone has something special to offer.
Right.
Just sometimes you have to look a little bit harder.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a great opportunity.
So I'm going to just say a really good person. I am a garbage can. You also work with Make-A-Wish, and
Yes.
you help terminally ill children, fill their dreams, which I think is so special. Tell us about that and what it's like, meeting these kids.
Yeah, so Make-A-Wish, that was actually interesting. Obviously, I've always heard of it growing up. And then I would say March of last year, Make-A-Wish reached out to me and they said, hey, we have a kid whose wish is to meet you. I said, wait, what? Like, to meet me?
So sweet.
Like, yeah, he wants to come out to the Scherer fam house, hang out for the day, do all these fun activities. I was like, yeah, let's do it. We made an awesome video with it. It has like, I think 14 million views.
Wow.
We did like this awesome, we took a soda bottle, stuck it on this thing and made it into a rocket, shot like 200 feet up in the air. I'm not even joking, like way up in the air.
Did that in 6th grade.
Right? Isn't it the craziest thing ever?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a crazy video. And since that, I've done 2 more Make-A-Wishes. And I'm just like, this is incredible that people, are making their wish to come meet me. Like, I'm completely honored.
Awesome.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's
And
been
what
amazing.
inspired you to upload your first video? Like, do you know you always wanted to perform?
Yeah, growing up, I actually did dance growing up. So ballet, tap, jazz, all that good stuff. And then I just said, you know what, I want to start making videos. So I actually made like funny music videos growing up. The first one I made was to What Is Love. I don't know if you've ever heard that song. Like, what is love?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Baby, don't hurt me.
course.
Yeah, so that was just a funny
thought she was
swim team
joking.
video we did.
Yeah, I thought you meant it was like to what is love, and I was like, well, to what is love? But you mean what is love?
What is love?
Yeah, got
you
it,
know?
got it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
we
I
made
remember
that.
that song.
It was a funny little video we did. It was actually a swim team video, so we were all like dancing in Speedos, like nodding our heads, like going around town, like shooting at different locations. And that went viral.
I was gonna say, I think I saw that.
Did you?
Yeah.
It was pretty big.
Yeah, I saw that.
Wow.
Good for you.
If Brittany saw it, you know it was big.
It hit Nebraska, yeah.
Yeah.
She just watches Jeopardy on repeat,
Yeah.
so you really
Wow.
broke
If
through.
you,
I
if
feel
you get
honored.
to this, Grandma, you're doing something right.
I just crochet and watch
You're a
Jeopardy, so
star.
that is a feat.
Yeah, it's not up anymore though. I took it down.
Got the
Oh,
Yeah.
why'd you take it down?
I think that was back in the day. You know, there's
Oh, rebranding.
rebranding,
Got
better
it, got
stuff.
it.
You
No
know,
more Speedos.
that was the first proof that you can make a viral video just having fun.
Yeah.
And then from there, I made another one with Blink-182's song, First Date, My First Date. That actually got picked up by Blink-182 and AT&T. So they asked to use the license for their tour. I was like, that's really cool. So I understood the power of video. And I was like, well, if I could continue doing this, it doesn't matter how many eyes can see your video. It's just a matter of the right eyes that see your video. And I did another song to an artist from Rostrum Records who Wiz Khalifa was signed with at the time. So I was very familiar with the label. And I was like, this is cool. And they were basically saying, like, your video got more traction than the actual artist. So can you make another video for the artist's new song? I was like, there we go, the power of video. So I understood it. And then I just said, how can I actually turn this into a business? How can I turn this into something that I can do for the rest of my life? So I studied the back end of YouTube, learned kind of the algorithm and the analytics behind it, and just stuck my foot in. And within 6 months, I had 1 million subscribers. And within 2 years, I had 6 million subscribers and 2 billion views.
That's
Wow.
amazing.
Yeah,
Like,
so a lot of fast growth.
What advice would you give to someone who is like gonna be a new person on YouTube? Because I actually hear so many people really, really frustrated with the algorithm on YouTube. Like people who have like 200,000 subscribers and only like 7% of their subscribers are even seeing their videos in the subscription box. Like it is a really big issue where your subscribers just aren't getting your videos. So how do you combat that?
Yeah, so the algorithm honestly changes all the time. I like to say YouTube is kind of like the stock market. Some days are good, some days are bad. And some days it'll affect you, and some days it'll affect other people. So it just constantly changes all the time. But at the end of the day, people are going to come back to watch your channel for you and the content you create. So if you can leave a lasting impression on them, then they'll come back for you, no matter what the algorithm says. You know, if they can remember, oh, I like watching Steven Share, I'm just going to go physically type in Steven Share and watch him. That's how you get people to come back.
I'm very impressed by your business savvy. I mean, obviously, having this channel has really helped you evolve as a professional, as a businessman. So where do you see yourself going forward? What's sort of like your next mountain that you want to tackle?
Lots of things. So YouTube is a great start. It's a great platform. But the more you can expand and grow, the better. So we have our merchandise line. We're working on bringing in awesome new merch, awesome new branding stuff. We have our branding side where we work with actual like brands and agencies. And we also have a few other things coming, like apps and all that good stuff.
Ooh, that's so exciting. Well, this has been so insightful. Stephen, thank you so
Yeah.
much
Yeah,
for joining
thanks for
us.
having me.
Everyone, make sure to check out Stephen's YouTube channel and follow him on social media at Steven Share. That's all from us. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same table.